For contractors, there are three specific smart operation lever categories. Number 1, interactive work processes, virtual, augmented and mixed reality, as well as dematerialization, in situ documentation, connected schedules, and immediate planning adjustments, vision of historical changes. Process efficiency has the potential to drastically increase through more efficient, transparent, and rapid collaboration. Number 2, connected machines, equipments, and workers. All machines and equipments, even when the workers are on construction sites, have the potential to ultimately be connected, triggering improvement on dimensions such as maintenance, energy consumption, health and safety incidents, delays, or quality. Robotics-related innovations are also being tested and increasingly applied to optimize the execution of repetitive tasks and support workers. Number 3, industrializations of processes and parts. Construction tends to industrialize through prefabrication, modular production, or 3D printing, for instance, which is without a doubt a big opportunity to increase the productivity in the sector. Digital construction processes have nothing in common with the old-fashioned pen and paper methods of yesterday. The expected impacts on direct costs, delays, but also safety, image, work satisfaction, environmental protection are numerous. Key here is to select levers very carefully, differentiating business units and projects. Not all great digital ideas that appear on the market will eventually carry real savings. More importantly, as already outlined above, operational efficiency levers should not be considered by the material function alone, for instance, or similarly, projects by project with isolated proof of concepts. It is a matter of defining a real strategy beyond specifics that will generate synergies in coordination with BIP. Digitization offers numerous opportunities to increase operational efficiencies in terms of direct costs, reduction in delay, security, and environmental impact. You can see here on the chart that under the use of a visualization and simulation tool, you can have a virtual and augmented or mixed reality. Dematerialized and reactive workflow, you can have a dematerialized and in situ documentation, management, and updates, instant connected schedule coordination of work, inventory, and transport, network of subcontractors and support to bidding, selecting, and contracting. Under the area of connected machines, equipments, and workers, you can have, for example, surveying, scanning, or mapping equipments or softwares, progress and incident monitoring, performance, inventory, and incident monitoring, connected workers, exoskeletons for support, tools, inventory management and tracking localization, energy consumption optimization, rapid failure correction, localization, fuel idle time, safety tracking for your machine performance optimization. Under automation, you can have semi-automated to automated vehicles and processes. Under the industrialization of processes and parts, you can have production on adjacent sites, prefabrication modules, or 3D printings. Digital is often considered as being about operations first. This way of thinking can be easily understood as construction companies are traditionally often driven and ruled by the construction site. However, the time of the contractor without marketing functions ruled by site production is long past. Similar to other businesses, they now need to rethink the customer experience and find innovative offerings. Other players along the value chain, even if they are already more advanced on the topics, such as promoters or equipment manufacturers, for instance, will also have to reinforce this new way of thinking. While we are not in the consumer packaged goods market yet, client centricity is definitely a disruptive and on-lasting market trend in the industry. There are two main levers that should be reflected on. Number 1. Improve customer experience. Clients are increasingly becoming part of their own projects through enhanced visualization and possible participation in conception, for instance. Moreover, facilitating their often very heavy administrative burden and really caring about their satisfaction at every stage of their journey becomes a priority. Platformization of the promoter business is also part of this change, given that it ultimately aims at reducing costs and facilitating the client's experience. Number 2, new offers. Overall, it is now less about the product and more about the service. Players of the industry need to be more flexible, distance themselves from old-fashioned and not always transparent brick-and-mortar way of thinking. Now the clients want a more product plus service package. Performance tracking and guarantees on various indicators, energy related as number 1, but also others related to health, environment, and security, for instance. It will support in finance, in legal tasks. All options are open for creativity. More generally speaking, clients want their needs to be prioritized. It is not about pushing a project to market anymore, but it is about partnering with the client and integrating his constantly evolving expectation. Going forward, the top-line clients needs to have their rightful place as key input for digital strategy. This is a necessary change in paradigm, given the competition will also now more than ever take place in this area. Beyond operations, digitization in the construction industry will trigger opportunities to raise sales and enhance customer satisfaction. You can see here in this table, that in terms of improved customer experience, under new channels, you can have digital context internet platform. Under the area of enhanced visualization tours and visits, you can have 2D to 3D plans transformation, can be virtual reality, or you can have a 3D simulation tools. In terms of simplifying the administrative workload, you can have a dematerialized, standardized, and simplified documentation. In terms of customer satisfaction tracking and improvement, you can have client centricity, new ways of interacting with clients involving this KPI. And there are new offers on the shelf. You can have, for example, smart buildings, smart infrastructures, and smart cities for enhanced products with new possibilities. In terms of new services and partnership model, from the building of promoter to the partner model. In terms of a new financing option, tailored and innovative financing option. Multi-dimensional transparent performance ROI and value in data. We need to reinvent our ways of working. All opportunities described in the previous slides will most likely remain pure theory if the ways of working do not evolve. Digitization is only about technologies. It is also about organizations, processes, and people. But even that is not enough. As shifting the company's culture is eventually what's really at stake. In other words, digitizing a company is about changing the behavior and providing a renewed purpose and identity aligned with these behaviors for the long run. Key success factors to enable a long-lasting digital change from a way of working point of view will include, number 1, making it a top management supported project. The journey ahead is driven by cultural shifts that reach far beyond isolated tasks. Hence, it has to be directly led by the leadership team to demonstrate its importance, avoid roadblocks, and ensure that the means for success are provided. Importantly, the leadership team can also sometimes has to evolve in terms of mindset to become fully supportive of the change. Number 2, provide vision and explain the journey. Given the stakes, a company's digital initiative should be launched prominently and with clear communication. It has been observed that the projects where the company's ExCom plan a kick-off event showing the ambition in detail are the most successful in the long run, as this generate an alliance between the leadership and operational professionals, evidencing that they are in the same boat. Besides, the company needs to take advantage of the event to accelerate its pace and align with the rhythm of the targeted digital change. Number 3. Create a central digital function. The centralized vision has to be carried out by a new function that holds an operational responsibility of the project and symbolize the change. In this respect, we are often asked by our client whether the IT department should be in command of the change. While IT is, of course, a core part of it, we support the implementation of a new department that should handle BIM, digital operation, digital top-line opportunities, but also organization and cultural shifts. Digitization is not only a question of system. It is mainly and above all a question of overall transformation with a shared and transparent direction, capabilities, data, and resources. Number 4. Provide the resources and structure for the project. Once underway, digital project demands strong framework with working groups and regular reporting to track progress and ensure efficiency. Roadblocks will need to be addressed without delay. More importantly, while the framework should play its role, flexibility should be encouraged or guaranteed along the way through. In fact, resistance to change will be encountered and it is managed with subtle touch, open to feedback, and needs to come from the team. In the same respect, regular communication is fundamental to avoid any black box effect that might undermine the evolution. Number 5. Put people at the heart of the digitization. Beyond processes, transparency, and feedback loops, nurturing the creativity of operational managers will be essential. Digitization has the particularity of confronting the organization with various options that should be considered with an open mind. Incentivizing managers for their involvement in the company efforts and rewarding early adopters of the new mindset is a key for success. Besides, the training effort will be a priority dimension for construction industry players as they need to rapidly shift the processes and sensitivity of construction site managers, for instance. This might constitute a risk in the short term as it changes long-term habits. But it's also a great opportunity to provide innovative career paths and evolutions and grasp the strength of both the old and the new way of thinking. Number 6. Broaden the network. A digital world is by definition open, with diminishing boundaries and raising complexity. To succeed in terms of change, construction industry players need to increasingly think out of the box, generating more partnerships or launching investments. Value chain propositions are no longer constraining, which implies a change in mindset in traditionally fragmented sector. Appropriate alliances will be one essential trigger for prosperous evolution. 7. Care about data. Digitization will generate sufficient amount of information. This information will arrive more and more immediately and cover a large variety of topics. Of course, this represents a huge change in mindset, and a structured approach can easily and very quickly lose its way or even drown under the amount of information generated. Significant shifts on the operating models are required to make digital transformation a long-lasting success. From silos, we need to have transversal CDO impact, integration of external partners. We need to enhance focus on technology and innovation, prioritization of data, increased speed of partnership and investment, more risk-taking. Customers should be placed at the heart of every process. Enhanced support of tools and clean data baselines, tracking of new metrics and reporting, enhanced adopted competencies, new career tracks and incentives, regular transparent communication on vision and advancement, new surroundings that boost creativity. Lastly, these are some of the major projects that are coming on track for the next 5 years. We have a public housing project, Ministry of Health project, Jurong Port, this is an integrated transport hub at Jurong East. The MRT projects, they are still ongoing. Science Center relocation, Toa Payoh integrated project, Alexandra, integrated project, at Bedok, Cross Island Line, so on and so forth. That will end this particular